Hello, everyone. My name is Laura Klim, and I am the School Outreach Specialist for Blast IU 17. I also serve as the Region 5 SAP Coordinator. And today I'm going to share some resources and activities that can be incorporated into your school for bullying prevention. A lot of the resources that I'm going to share with you and activities can be found on the website for the Care Connect Champion and Middle School Bullying Prevention Toolkit. So I will link that into the end so that you can access that as well. It's a great site. It has a lot of easy to use information, best practices, things like that. So I encourage you to visit that site afterwards. According to the National Center of Educational Statistics, 1 out of 5 students report being bullied. So that's 20%, pretty significant. We've also seen that school bullying rates increased by 35% from the year 2016 to the year 2019. And a lot of this also comes into play with cyberbullying and the increased use of social media, but 20% is still pretty high. And there's a lot of things that we can do to help students that may be struggling with bullying. 46% of bullied students report notifying an adult at school about the incident. 41% of students who reported being bullied at school indicated that they think the bullying would happen again. But the good news is school-based bullying prevention programs can decrease bullying by up to 25%. Bullying can affect everyone, right? That includes those who are bullied, those who bully, and those who witness bullying. Bullying is linked to many negative outcomes, including impacts on mental health, substance abuse, and even suicide. And it's important to talk to kids to determine whether bullying or something else is a concern. Sometimes students don't always bring that forward. So if you see a student who's starting to show signs of concern, it may or may not be bullying, but it's important to check in with your students regularly. Kids who are bullied can experience negative physical, social, emotional, academic, and mental health issues. These kids are more likely to experience depression and anxiety, increased feelings of sadness and loneliness, changes in their sleep and eating patterns, and a loss of interest in activities they used to enjoy. Some of these problems can also persist into adulthood. This could lead to decreased academic achievement with their GPA, standardized test scores, low school participation, and these are the kids that are more likely to miss, skip, or drop out of school as well. Kids who bully others can also engage in violent and risky behaviors into adulthood. These kids are more likely to abuse alcohol and other drugs, get into fights, vandalize property, drop out of school, engage in early sexual activities. And these kids can also be abusive towards their romantic partners, spouses, or children when they become adults. Bystanders are also impacted by bullying. Kids who witness bullying are more likely to have increased use of tobacco, alcohol, or other drugs, have increased mental health problems, including depression and anxiety. And these students can also be more at risk to miss or skip school. I like this quote by Neil Patrick Harris that says, sometimes you can have the smallest role in the smallest production and still have a big impact. And this is important because everyone has a role to play in bullying prevention. Parents, teachers, schools, community members. There's something everyone can do. It doesn't have to be big. Something so small, as just showing that you're available for someone to talk to, checking in with a student that you think is having a concern, and just not tolerating bullying. can have a significant impact. Some activities that schools can incorporate include anonymous hotlines. We want students to report bullying, but not everyone feels comfortable talking to someone in person. So being able to call without having to say who you are can help students to speak up. Hotlines are also a great tool for students that are feeling vulnerable that need help quickly. At the end of this PowerPoint, I've included some of the anonymous hotlines to share. But if for some reason a district does not have an anonymous reporting line, on the website that I'll share at the end, you can find out how to do it for free using Google Voice. So there is a free way for schools to incorporate an anonymous hotline. Contests are another great way to support bullying prevention. Through contests, you can raise awareness through a visual means. This could include art forms such as posters, videos, hashtags, skits, poems, sculptures, even banners or logos or emoji-related art. Hosting a contest is a great way to draw attention to bullying prevention and get support from a larger group of students and as well as the school and community members. It's fun to provide competitions for students. You can decorate your school. Some people could even provide the artwork to businesses in the community to share their support in bullying prevention as well. And then, of course, the school website or sending out announcement is always a great free resource as well. Some schools do this on the homepage. This can include inspirational quotes, stories, highlighting positive changes in the school, or announce any upcoming bullying prevention awareness events that your school might be hosting. The next set of activities we'll talk about are peer-to-peer support activities. So this can include a card shower or envelopes of kindness where students can send cards to students who might be in need of support. Support groups. This could be done by teachers, guidance counselors, where you can develop a support for a specific group of students within the school. Purposeful pairing, right? Where you can intentionally pair an older student with a new younger student. And this is a great way for the younger student to learn the ropes about behavioral expectation or rules and norms at the school from an older student. And this also gives them a friend or an advocate if they happen to be bullied or cyberbullied. And this is also beneficial for the older student because this helps them to grow their leadership skills because they're learning by mentoring and really learn how to play a support role to other students. The character word of the month is where you can role model what a particular word might mean. There's a buddy bench where you can have a designated area in the school where you can assign a different student daily to sit on the bench. Doesn't have to be for very long, could be for 10, 15 minutes, where students know that if they need a buddy, need someone to talk to, and they don't feel comfortable talking to an adult, that there's someone to just listen. And then listening ears or helping hands, where peers can reach out to students who have indicated that they need support. This can be confidential support for non-crisis related issues, and is a safe way to make contact with someone willing to help and listen. Obviously, whatever would be shared from the peer, if it is something that needs immediate attention, that student would know to notify an adult immediately. Another thing that I don't have listed on here, but I thought was a great idea for schools that create welcome bags or the peer mentoring for new students, and they kind of give them the bag, which the bag can include like a welcome letter, list of clubs in the school, the contact of a peer mentor, map of the school, maybe a lanyard or a water bottle, and an invitation to join a bullying prevention peer group so that they know that that exists. I really want to just hammer home that everyone can inspire action in some way, because there really is something for everyone. Educators can access the free toolkits for student-led activities. There's all kinds of resources where there's downloadable posters, visual displays, bookmarks, promotional items. Bullying prevention is something that a lot of people stand behind. There's a lot of free resources that are out there, and it's something that everyone can easily incorporate. So this is just like a screenshot of the homepage of the Care Connect and Champion website. Everything that I mentioned before and some can be found on this website. This even has stuff for students because it highlights the educational piece on bullying prevention, guidance on developing a peer support group and activities to roll out. There are preventative messages already scripted that you can share with your schools and communities. And really, it talks about tips on building relationships with students and building support within the school. This is the list of bullying and student support hotlines. You'll see the Safe to Say number out there, the PDE Office of Safe Schools Bullying Prevention Consult line, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and as well as the Crisis Text line for students to connect. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my Learning Hub entry this morning on bullying prevention. If there are any other resources that I can provide, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I have my email address listed below there, and I hope all of you have a great rest of the day. Thank you.